Dinky is a podcast where two pals just won't shut the F up, and they really don't shut the F up ever about being child-free and the Dink lifestyle. Oh my God, listeners, we are crazy today. I am Erica, and I don't have kids because I just can't afford the blueberry budget.
Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one. I want to dive into that, but okay. And I'm Kristen, and I don't have kids because this is really long and convoluted, but like, what if I was part of a generation where I inherited a vineyard in France, and then I was like in the 1700s or whatever, and then I inherited a vineyard, and then I only had kids that were girls. And then I couldn't pass on the family vineyard to the girls because girls weren't allowed to inherit vineyards. I could only pass to the boys. So like, what if I had a vineyard family and then I had a kid who was a girl, and then I was alive during those olden days, and then I couldn't pass my vineyard to the girl, and then we would cease to be a vineyard family.
Wow.
So that's why I'm not having kids.
Okay. Well, before we started recording, Kristen was like, oh, mine's really long and convoluted. And I was like, okay, we'll see. And she was right.
I proved it correctly. Well, it's October, which means it's the official start of me and Erica's favorite season, spooky season.
Spooky!
And if you've been listening to Dinky for the past 3 years, which
what
I
the fuck is wrong with you?
For your brain cells. You know, we always do a spooky Halloween episode, which for the record, barely anybody listens to, but me and Erica don't give a fuck. We're giving the middle finger to those people because we're doing it anyway. It's our podcast.
I literally was thinking last night as I was researching things for upcoming episodes, I was like, should Kristen and I just start a podcast about witches? And I was like, literally no one listens to these episodes. Why would we do that? But still want to.
You know, yeah, I love that business acumen that's like, let's pick our lowest performing episodes and invest all of our time and money in them. Great. Well, if you've been listening to Dinky for the last 3 years, you know that 2 of our Halloween episodes have included one of our favorite guests, our reoccurring guest star, Sapphire Sandalo, who at this point is the most reoccurring guest we've had on Dinky. You might recognize her as a co-host on the Travel Channel TV shows Ghost Town Terror, or from her appearance on Paranormal Caught on Camera. She also has her own award-winning podcast, Stories with Sapphire. And today, Sapphire rejoins the Dinky crew to chat about child-free witches. And this year, we're trying something new. We're going to do a whole month of... we heard you. We heard you don't like these episodes. So we're doing a whole month of them.
Oh my!
The customer is always right.
You.
We heard you and we ignored it. So
yep.
We're going to be doing a whole month of spooky child-free tales, mostly witches, with a couple other things sprinkled in. And we're going to be doing them across bonus episodes and regular episodes. So if you're not on the Patreon, you'll need the Patreon to get access to the episodes you don't want to listen to. And stay tuned for
everyone
that.
Canceling their Patreon this month.
Oh, wow. Okay. Well, that's going to be scary for me and Erica's bank account. But
wait, but hold on. I got things to say. I have things to say. Okay. I actually do really have things to say. So it's time to get serious.
I stopped talking. I'm ready. What?
Kristen, shut the fuck up.
Stop.
I have things to say.
I have things to say.
Number one. Mm-hmm. I have now forgotten everything I was going to say.
What?
Oh my God. Okay.
This is what happens when Erica's hungry for lunch. She like literally cannot think.
I can't think. Number one. Why do we always... Well, this isn't number one. Why do we always need to record during fucking lunch? I swear to God. Number two. I do think... Well, for one, I know we always joke about it, but I do think our Halloween episodes have started doing a little bit better. So let's not be so mean to them.
I am somewhat kidding.
but it is funny to laugh about because in the beginning, people really hated them.
No, they did not like them.
We've curated our audience a little bit more, I think. Number 3, I do think it's very important for us. I don't even know if these are even numbers anymore. Everything I have said has just passed through my brain
you were
as I've been
correct.
giving numbers.
Because 1 was lunch, number 2 was people like episodes now, and then number 3 is...
Number 3 is, I think, guys, I do think it's very important for us to be learning the history of witches, especially as child-free people, especially right now with the rise in fascism, and especially because, Kristen, I think you have maybe gotten like hints of it through our conversations, but I have not explicitly expressed to you some of the witchy stuff I have been investigating because of our conversation with Sapphire. But I have been getting exploratory in witchy stuff because of Sapphire. And boy, oh boy, do I have thoughts that I want to share. May I?
You may! This is your podcast.
Are you intrigued?
I'm always intrigued by what you have to say.
Oh, that's so nice, friend. As a former Christian who is deconstructing their evangelical faith, and as someone who was raised in America, I have a lot of preconceived ideas about witches, witchcraft, and they kind of waver between it's like fake bullshit and it's evil because of Christianity, you know? The biggest takeaway that I have had from the past, like, week of me researching witches and witchcraft is really just that, like, a lot of it is focused on, like, first of all, like, for Wicca, for instance, it's, like, a big focus on, like, do no harm. It's like a very peace-loving religion, or that's not a religion, peace-loving practice. The second thing that I find very interesting is that it's like very focused on listening to yourself, listening to your own intuition, and doing things based on your intuition, not based on like a religion or structure, but like kind of like yourself, which I think is very counterintuitive for women in America. Like, I feel like we're very attuned to trends and what other people tell you to do and what other people say you should do to live your life, and not like what's true for me. And like, even in the past like couple of weeks, I've been like trying to like tap into that and being like, okay, like, what's my intuition saying? Like, what do I want? Like, what's true for me? And I do find it to be very challenging. And I was thinking how interesting it is that, like, we literally for generations have been like killing these women or persecuting these women who literally have just been trying to encourage women to think for themselves, do what's right for themselves. That's what I'll say for now.
Yeah, I appreciate you contributing that. I do think, and we can read this maybe in another episode this month, but I did read an interesting passage from somebody who was childless. So childless, not by choice. And they had wrote an article comparing themselves to witches and saying a lot of women who were considered witches and subsequently killed for it were people who were like her, who couldn't have kids. They were in their 30s, they had cats, they couldn't have kids, and so they were perceived as like evil, right? And it's like, how horrible is that it's like child-free people have to still deal with this stigma, right? That we are like less than or othered, and then there's people who genuinely wanted kids who couldn't and were persecuted for that. So women can't win.
They can't win.
On that note, we have been winning because we are dinks. And so, Erica, I think it's time to dink ourselves.
Dink yourself!
Dink yourself!
A dink is a dual income, no kid household. So naturally, we are making bad choices with our disposable income. In this weekly segment, we chat through the frivolous and ridiculous purchases or hobbies that we couldn't afford if we have kids. Kristen, how have you been dinking yourself?
Okay, there's so many dink myselves, but one that's coming to
Wait,
mind that I
wait, wait,
do.
wait, 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 wait,
What?
wait, wait, wait. This is blasphemy. We need to
What?
stop right now.
What?
We have gotten like 12 minutes into this episode. You have not done one spooky cackle in our inaugural witch episode.
Mhm.
What the
You're
fuck is
right.
going on?
You're right.
I'm
Let
ashamed.
me let me start this over.
Kristen the
I'm
episode with a
Kristen,
spooky.
and I don't have kids because
Why would I have kids when I'm a witch?
Wow.
What do
It's
you think?
amazing how that both sounds like a child and an old lady.
Casting directors, call me. I can do both. I am a flexible actor.
I love your spooky cackle. Okay, go ahead.
Thank
How have you been
you.
taking yourself?
Thank you. So I have dinked myself recently by God. My husband and I have traveled all the way from the west coast of Ireland to now Munich, Germany. We have driven over days and days. We've taken ferries, we've taken tunnels, we've done all sorts of crazy shit. We've been pulled over by the customs police. Like, so much has gone down. So just like that drive alone, but I do want to like highlight that one of the most recent stops in that journey was stopping in a town called Galway, Ireland. Have you ever heard of Galway, Erica?
I think from you.
Oh, that's right. You must have, because that is where I went, and it's a cute little like fishing marina
Mm,
town, I guess,
love
in
that.
Ireland. And I'm really discrediting it because it's like a city, but it's got that vibe of like marina city life. And I met up with three members of the Dinky community in Galway, Ireland. Our friends Amy, Travis, and Neil. So we had a great time. We met up. I met up with Amy in both Dublin and Travis too, in Galway and Dublin. And they happened to be
Wow.
traveling. So we met up. And then Neil, who was fan favorite Neil, he was on one of our bonus episodes. We love Neil. He was like, "Fuck it, I'm in Europe. I'm gonna fly over to Galway," which is psychotic. Like this is almost like a dink yourself on his behalf, because the fact that he was like happened to be in Portugal, which isn't even close to
Yeah.
Ireland. Like he took a plane on his like week in Portugal to Dublin. Then he took a bus from Dublin to Galway, which is like several hours for one night to hang out with us. So it was great. We had a good time. We had nice dinner. We went out to a couple bars. We learned Charlie Kirk had been shot in the neck while we were having beers. So it was quite a memorable night,
Mm.
quite a memorable occasion. And then we had brunch the next day as a little send
Oh, I
off.
love
So
that.
I mean, what a great, just like the fact that like I met up with people who I've been talking to on the internet I actually met Amy and Travis like briefly at a Dinky event in Oregon, but we've been talking forever on the internet with these folks, and so it's so nice to be able to meet up, and like they have no obligations. They're like, "Fuck it, yeah, let's go out to dinner. Yeah, let's go to a bar. Yeah, let's go to another bar." Like we just like kept, and then it's like, "Let's go to brunch." Like we have nothing to do but hang out with other people who are child free.
I know. It's
So,
great.
anyway, all that to say, that was like one of my greatest think myself of the last couple of weeks.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
If people are not familiar, Neil, Amy, and Travis by association are all Discord folks. So
Yeah. I guess, yeah. Is that how did Amy go on a trip? How do we know? Did we meet Amy just like that
no,
day
Amy's
in
just
Portland?
Discord.
Okay. Gotcha. Because we know Amy. We've been hanging out with Amy
Yeah,
on the internet for quite some time.
some time. Yeah, we love Amy.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, I will say, I just had a back and forth. I don't want to make this whole think yourself about the Patreon, but we should mention the Patreon because it's timely. Because I just got a DM from somebody, I think today, that I was, exchanging words with because they were talking about how their friend just, their last child-free or childless friend of their friend group just got pregnant or is trying to get pregnant or something like that. And they were talking about like the grief behind that and feeling like, no one understands them and they're kind of like left out. And I think that's a very common feeling for people who are choosing not to be child free. So if you're feeling that, just know you're not alone. I encourage this person. I said, look, I know that these things cost money and not everybody has those resources right now, but our Discord is a great place to get connected with like-minded folks. Trips are a great way to get connected with like-minded folks. There are other ways, I am sure, in your own community that you can connect with people who are also not child-free by choice. Depending on where you live, it's harder for some than others. But now more than ever, guys, it's so important to be connected with people who are similar because it's hard times.
Yeah. Yeah. And we've seen a lot of our Discord friends meet up already. They're doing their own meetups and sending pics. And I'm about to meet up with somebody else in Berlin. So
oh my God.
The party continues.
The
Child-free
party
friends
continues.
Across the globe, everybody.
Yeah. Yeah.
So how'd you dink yourself?
Well, I have all my dink myselfs here. Like I said, Sapphire has really been, I think, talking to Sapphire about like magic and witchcraft and stuff like that has made me realize like, as a deconstructing Christian, I am like in a panic phase right now with everything going on and feeling like I need some kind of like tradition and rituals to ground myself. And so I've just been going crazy over here as an ADHDer does. Trying
what are you
to
obsessed
explore
with?
magic-y things. Magic. That's my new thing, is witchcraft. So I went to a crystal shop. I'm just exploring different avenues just to see what sticks. I bought some new rocks. I'll show you some of the rocks that I bought. You can go to the
Ooh,
YouTube
that's pretty.
to see.
It's a blue,
Yes,
bright blue.
This is lapis lazuli, which I bought because I
Wow.
learned that this was a significant stone for the ancient Egyptians. So trying to get in touch with my heritage.
Mm-hmm.
I really love this one. Here's another one. I'm not going to tell you the names
Cute.
of all of these. I'm just going to show you. And plus this one, which you already saw.
Yeah, but I didn't see that one. No, because my screen was too little. What is
so this
that?
is a selenite. I think it's called selenite. I don't know how to pronounce
I see it
any of
now.
this.
Okay, I
It's
see it
like
now.
a wand.
Mm-hmm.
And so this apparently, look, I'll be honest, some of this stuff is hard for me. Just because I'm learning to be open-minded, which just does not come naturally to me, especially after religious trauma. But apparently this thing clears energies. I'm supposed to put my rocks on top of it to clear the energy from the rocks.
Okay. I mean, let's try it, right? Yeah.
Try new things. These rocks were rocks that were in a candle that I just finished using. And so now I've gotten these rocks. This one was in my garbage disposal by accident. But he was rescued.
They came out of your candle, like at the bottom?
It was like one of those candles where like there's a hidden rock in the candle.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool. Yeah.
Yeah. So, and then my other Dink Yourself is this book that Sapphire recommended to me via DMs when I was like, please help. It's called How to Study Magic by Sarah Leones. And it talks about the history and some basic magical practices and, how women used magic in the past and what it is, that kind of stuff.
That's great.
So I've been reading that.
Cute.
Yeah.
We always need a hobby, us ADHD
We always
girls.
need something to distract us.
And something new. It can't just be like, oh, like I'm doing the same hobby that I love. It's like, no, it has to be something new.
What is that?
I don't know, but it's like, we're only 38. What are we going to be doing? Like, how many more hobbies can I learn? Literally, it's impossible.
It's impossible. Well, that's how I've been dinking myself, and it's been really fun.
I do like that. I think that's cool to explore the witchy side,
Yeah. No, it is very interesting to me because it's like all this stuff is just like, even you were talking about like how before we started recording, you were talking about Berlin and being in Germany and wishing that you could like talk to some of your ancestors and stuff about this stuff. I started learning. I mean, like some of this stuff is just like so cute sounding and healing sounding, where I was like, oh, this isn't like weird or spooky at all. This is just like a nice, comforting practice. Like, I was watching a video about like building altars, which when I like saw the
Yeah.
headline, I was like, ooh, it's so scary. Do you know about altars?
I mean, yeah, that's a thing. I mean, even Sapphire was talking about
Yeah.
altars.
It's
Yeah.
literally just a space that you set up that has like all the things that you love, where you basically
Yeah.
just sit and meditate at it. I was
Yeah.
like, so I watched a video where someone was talking about like setting up an altar for your ancestors, where you could just like
Yeah.
sit and talk to your ancestors. I was like,
Little pictures of them. Yeah.
yeah. I was like, so when you were saying that, I was like, oh, Kristen should set up a little altar for her ancestors with some like little German artifacts and stuff.
That's cute. That's a good idea.
Wouldn't that be nice? Yeah.
Would be
And then
nice.
you could go talk to them about all the stuff you're experiencing.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
Well,
Really
first I
sweet.
need a house to live in, but then that maybe
You're
an
getting
altar will
there.
be the next thing.
You're getting there. Maybe you can collect some little things as you go along
Yeah.
so that you can set up your altar.
I love that.
I'm excited for you guys to listen to our interview with Sapphire. I thought it was fun to reconnect with her.
Yeah, it's good. It also brings more like light and fun into a topic that has been a little spooky. So we played it light and fun this time. So you guys will
Yeah.
enjoy it.
Yay! Sapphire! We're so excited that you're here with us. We've missed
Woo!
you.
I know I missed you guys. I'm so happy to
Thank
be
you.
here.
Thanks for coming back.
Oh my gosh, always.
This is the tradition that I look forward to most in my life, because a lot of people with kids, they start traditions as a family. We don't have that. So you are the tradition, Sapphire.
Oh, yay. I appreciate
Sapphire
that.
is our family, whether she likes it or not. Well, Sapphire, since it seems like you've been studying away, learning the books, being smart, I do want to catch up with you on like all the things you've been doing besides being smart recently. What have you been up to? It's been like a year since we last really like caught up. What's
I
going on? What's new?
know. Let's see what has happened in the last year. I'm trying to think like what I'm able to talk about. I guess I could kind of mention. I went to, I shot I shot a sizzle for a potential show. We went to, I can't like be too specific about it, but I'll tell you like enough interesting things. We went to some cool places in Arizona. Have you ever heard of Jerome?
Maybe,
No.
but maybe I'm
No.
just making that up that I've heard about Jerome.
It's like an hour or so away from Sedona, and it's this mountainside town that was built at like during like when mining was really big in that area. I forget exactly what they mined over there. I want to say copper. It could be wrong, but okay, wait. Sorry, hang on. I hadn't thought about this in a while, so let me remember. So like it was a mining town, so they were blowing up a bunch of stuff in the ground, and so many people were dying because it was so dangerous that they just like threw the bodies like into the. I'm gonna get this detail wrong, but it was like whatever they were using to like make the cement to build the town, they were throwing bodies into there because they were running out of space in the graves. So they built Jerome with the bones and remains like of the people that died. And there was like thousands of people that died there. But like to this day, like Jerome kind of like embraces their creepy culture, so or their creepy history. So it's like they've got like haunted burger and like blah blah blah. Like they're kind of like cheeky about it, but it's kind of it's kind of crazy.
I've never
When you
heard.
think
Okay,
about it.
I've definitely never heard about this. This is
I
news to
hadn't
me.
either, but like it's pretty wild, and like the place it's really beautiful because it's just like on, the side of a mountain, so you just see this like really gorgeous view. But yeah, we did an investigation in this one building, and let me see I'll share like a little bit without like too much, but like something really weird happened where like, I don't know, maybe the night before, or maybe 2 nights before, I had this like really vivid dream of like this ornate iron door. And I remember waking up and being like, okay, that felt like really significant. And then we get to the place that like we're going to do an investigation at. And there's just like an iron door that leads to nowhere in front of the building that we're going to go in. And I see that. And I was like, I was like, what does this mean? What does this mean? And then, like, yeah, something really weird happened. And then the weirdness, like, continued right in front of that door. And I was like, it was just like weird. It was weird.
Oh, I can't wait to know more. Like, when will you know if you can talk about it more?
Yeah.
I mean, we're trying to, like, pitch the show still, like, trying to get it. So it's like, there's a chance I may never,
Okay, all right.
I may never see
Yeah.
the light of day. But
Well,
hopefully,
we want to know either way whenever you do. Yeah.
I have 2 questions. First, because you said that it's like they kind of made it like kind of kitschy,
Yeah.
right? How do you like as somebody who, I don't know how to phrase it, like dabbles in this world, like how do you feel about kitschy ghost type stuff? Do you think it's disrespectful or are you just like, oh, it's fun, whatever. They're just having a good time.
The thing that I don't love is when places that are very specifically like leaning into the haunted tourism of being like, hey, like all this fucking like crazy shit happened in this place and it's really tragic and blah 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 blah. So like come and like see these ghosts like they're like an exhibit. Where like instead of like releasing the energy of the place, it's like almost like they're using it as like it's like like a zoo exhibit. That's when I feel weird, but I don't think that was what was happening in Jerome. It's more like, hey, like it's kind of spooky that there's bodies under us, like
Come get a burger.
right, like it's
A
it's
haunted
more
burger.
like, like why would we lie about our history? Like there, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it felt
Yeah.
more like embracing it and living with it as opposed to like
Exploitative.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Even though there's definitely that kind of thing in a lot of places, but
Also, okay, so my second question was going to be just like while we're catching up, I just remembered that and I don't remember if we talked about this on the podcast or if it was just via DM. So if you don't want to talk about it, or if you don't want to talk about it on air, tell us and we'll cut it out. But you were talking about dreams and you just reminded me there was something going on. This is like a year ago and I have a famously bad memory, but with your dreams and like the thought of maybe a child trying to come through, a potential child. Do you remember this?
oh
I
my
remember this.
god, yes, I completely forgot about that. Oh my god,
I
oh my
think about
god.
this like regularly for the record. I don't know why. Like I do. It comes in my brain. Yeah.
Has
Go
there
ahead.
been
Any
anything
update on that?
since we
Okay.
spoke last?
So I remember what you're talking about. So I don't believe it was a dream unless I blocked that out. I think what you might be referring to is when I spoke with this psychic. Like my friend
Yeah,
gifted
yeah,
me.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
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 So okay. So this is maybe I don't know 2 or 3 years ago, like a while ago. My friend gifted me a reading, and the thing is, like, I usually don't do readings with people unless they are someone that like was referred to me by someone that I trust. Like I'm pretty picky. But I was like, it was a gift. Like I'll meet with this woman, whatever. And she told me that was seeing this like a young boy. She was like, there's this young boy that like is really wanting to like come through or like a baby. And I was like, oh, I'm like, you must be thinking of my sister. Cause like she's the one who was at the time trying to have a kid. But this woman was like very, very insistent, being like, no, 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 no. Like it's for you. And I'm like, no, me and my sister look alike. Maybe you're thinking of her. Like I was so
Not
insistent.
me.
Yeah.
Cannot stress it enough.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so And my sister does now have a baby boy. So like in my head, I'm like,
Wow.
I think that is what she was saying. Um,
Oh.
I'm trying to think. There was something else though. Like,
There was something with her
I,
grandma too, no?
yeah, I'm trying to remember what that was. Like, I remember telling you something. It was like I felt like I was being pressured by them
Yeah.
from the other side. I
Yeah.
can't
Yeah.
really remember like what
Huh.
the details about it were
Okay.
because I
Yeah.
don't feel that way anymore.
Okay.
Okay.
Praise be.
I know. I was worried for you. I was worried for everybody. I mean, granted, you know, everyone's allowed to change their mind. Everyone's allowed to have kids if they want kids. But
Mhm.
I was like kind of holding out like hope that like maybe everything would be fine. You know?
No.
My last question, just because I can't stop looking at it,
Yeah.
is there any symbolism to your necklace, or is it just a pretty
Oh my
necklace?
gosh. Well, thank you for asking. So, this is called an anting, which is an amulet. And this particular one was made by my dear friend, Lynn Pacificar. She is a Filipino shaman. If anyone wants to check out her website, it's herbalaria.com, like herb, HERBALARIA. This was actually the very first one that she made. And the second I saw it, I was like, boop, bye. And she doesn't repeat any of them. So these are all like one of a kind. So this is called a trespico. It's got like some inscriptions on here. So basically this is like to like protect me. Oh, there was actually a cool thing that happened when I got this. Oh yeah, also I want to show you there's like the Saint Benedict symbol. So that is used in
Oh.
exorcism. So this is also like very
Oh.
protective.
Aw.
So when I received this from her, you're supposed when you have any sort of like amulet type thing, you're supposed to like develop a relationship and connection with it. So like I received it, I put it in my hands, I was like talking to it and like, it's just being like, all right, like, open to whatever energy is in this thing. So that night I went to bed and then I had this like really, really crazy dream of a like a demon with like a red and a blue face just sort of like coming toward me. And I was wearing this and just instinctually I started praying the Lord's Prayer, which is like our Father who art in heaven. And I remember it just like kind of came out of me. And I remember in the dream thinking, why am I praying that? Like, I'm not a practicing Catholic anymore. So I was reciting it in the dream, and then the demon eventually went away. And then I told my friend Lynn about that. I was like, something really weird happened. And she was like, huh, that's so interesting because there's this like, it's called like an oracion, like an activation prayer that you recite to sort of like activate the amulet. And she was supposed to email it to me. She hadn't had time yet. So she's like, yeah, I'm going to email you the activation. And the activation prayer starts with the Our Father.
No
So it was like,
way.
yeah, so it's like I was activating this in my dream
Whoa.
without having realized like that's what I was doing. Isn't that weird?
That is weird. I
That's
mean, that's like
crazy.
such a specific like prayer to like recite,
Yeah, like it could
in
have been
your dream.
anything.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Can I ask? So when I hear the term amulet, like I have a perception of what an amulet is, and like I'm thinking of like, are you afraid of the dark? I feel like there was like an episode where they had an amulet. What is like the definition of an amulet?
For me, an amulet is just anything that is magically charged. I don't know if it could
Mm.
mean something else for other people, but like that's how I define it.
Okay, I wasn't sure if it was like something that like kind of like a locket, where it's like something that contains something. Like in my brain, it
Mm.
was like something, but maybe it's just the charge, or yeah, I
Yeah,
don't
I
know.
mean, in a way it does. It contains like the spiritual energy of my friend. Like
Yeah,
she did a lot of like ritual and like prayer when she made this. So
cool. I love that.
I am looking at her site right now. Her stuff is
isn't it beautiful?
beautiful. Yeah, I want everything, but unfortunately, a lot of it is sold out.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's the thing, yeah, because it's all one of a kind, so it's like you kinda have to keep checking the website when she
Yeah,
makes new ones, yeah.
very pretty.
We're all gonna have
Sorry, I
amulets
got
the next time we
distracted.
meet.
I know, I want a fucking amulet. It looks very,
That sounds
Yes!
cool.
it looks
You
very
should.
Egyptian, which is why I
Oh,
asked, but yeah.
yeah!
Mm.
Mhm.
I have so many questions I wanna ask now. You've unlocked, but I'm not going to.
Well, I do want to know. Okay, so
This
that's one
interview is
part.
done.
No,
We'll be back after this break.
The interview continues because, Sapphire, you are working on a project right now that sounds really interesting. Short film. I want to hear more about it.
Yes. Okay, so it's called Breeder. It is a short film about a young woman who is being pressured into having kids, and then she becomes haunted in her home. And she discovers that it's this demon, a Filipino demon. It's based on a tikbalang, which is this creature in Filipino folklore that has like the head of a horse and then the body of a man. And I didn't think like that was scary enough. So in the design for the short film, I like made it like as if you like ripped the skin off of it. So it's just like a skull, horse skull head, and then like a super all like very red body with like some like white on it. But yeah, and then I don't want to give the twist away, even though I've given the twist away before. But yeah,
Don't
so
give
like
the twist away. Don't give
yeah,
the twist away.
I want. But yeah, I actually today, this very day, I launched an Indiegogo campaign to raise some finishing funds for it because I received like a very, very generous grant, but now I still need a little bit more just to just finish it. And yeah, that's where I'm at.
Wait, so did you write it? Like, tell us about like how this came to fruition.
Yes. I did write it and directed it. It's my first time doing something like this, so like very exciting. Thank you.
You can't
I'm
see
so
us probably, but we are clapping little
thank
claps.
you. And actually, so I haven't really shared this publicly, so this little dinky exclusive. There's a little magic involved with this. So I found out about the grant. So it was called the Horror Filmmaking Initiative, and one of my friends would posted about it, and I remember seeing it and like immediately thinking, "Oh, I could win that," or like I'm gonna win that. Like I call it. I feel I have career claircognizance because like there are so many moments throughout my life, specifically related to like my career, where like I have known something was going to happen or had like some sort of like intuition about something, like, but always just with my career. And so
Sapphire,
I saw that.
share that with all of us, please.
Yeah,
Can we have
seriously.
some? Can you put it in an
Open the
amulet?
well.
Send
I
it
know.
to us.
Yes. Actually, you know what's crazy? So this is a total side tangent. There was one year I made candles for everybody, for like like my closest like friends and family, and so many people said that like when they lit the candle, like things opened up for them, like career wise.
Whoa.
So let me make some candles for you, and I'll send it.
Please
to you.
send it. Oh no,
Kristen.
Sapphire's gonna get overloaded with so many DMs
Yeah.
from people being like,
Yeah.
"Send me a candle."
I don't
Kristen-
sell them.
Kristen sent me a candle, and those candles have nearly burned down my house a couple times. So I'll
Listen,
prefer
I
your
tried.
candles.
That was the point of it, was to burn down our house, you know?
Oh my God.
You
Oh
thought
my
that I was
God.
giving them out of love and friendship.
No,
Wow.
I know that you
Bitch.
were not.
Psych.
I know you were not. Anyway.
Oh my God. Oh, sorry. Total side tangent.
Yeah.
But so the whole process to like get the grant money was like you had to make a pitch video, you had to like submit your script, all this stuff. And like I kind of like inserted a couple little like symbols here and there. I was like, just kind of give it a little like magical boost. And then like like a month goes by after where they say that they're gonna announce it. And I was like, oh, maybe I was wrong. Like I get, because I hadn't heard from them. And then I get an email and they were like, hey, do you mind coming onto our podcast on Monday? And I was like, oh, okay. So I go, I'm on the Zoom.
Did you know at that point? Did you feel like that's it? Or
I kind of figured, just because like that would be, what else would we talk about? Because they were like, yeah, we want to talk about your project. And I was like, that would be insane to bring me on a podcast and like not actually,
Seriously.
they're like, no,
Yeah.
right. So in my head, I was like, something like probably, but I also don't want to, get my hopes up. So I'm there on the call, and then they're talking, and they mentioned that they had already announced the 2 winners for the grant, and I was like,
Oh,
and I was really really confused. But then they were like, there was another project that we felt also should have won, and so we created a 3rd award. So it was like for a smaller amount of money, but they were like, we just
Ah.
also wanted to like make this, and then that was me. So it was like
Whoa.
it like
wow.
felt like in my, just because I am a person who does magic, it felt like magical intervention, because it was like, hang on a second, guys, like let's also like give something.
When does that ever happen? Yeah.
No, that's crazy.
Isn't that
Yeah,
weird?
that's wild.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
But
Woo!
thank you.
I'm so glad that we're on your good side, Sapphire. 'Cause I would.
Yeah, right.
Oh man.
Oh my gosh. Good things happen.
Yes,
Yeah.
I'll send you some candles.
Thank you. We
I
love you.
that. Okay, so we got to put out the Indiegogo for our
Yeah.
listeners to help get you over the final, finish line, so that we can see. I want to see your movie. I want to watch this. So
Yeah, I mean, I'll send it to you guys anyway. So
okay, great. And so yeah, we'll put the link in the show notes for anybody who wants to help contribute.
Where will we be able to see it when it's done? Do you have plans?
So the plan right now is to, like, once it's finished, we're going to submit it to festivals. And then usually when you do a festival run, they don't want you like posting it anywhere. So like after all the festivals are done, I'm thinking of, I'll probably post it to my YouTube channel. I'll probably there'll be ways to see it.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
Sweet.
if you do like a premiere or anything, let us know. We'll promote.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yay.
Definitely.
Thank you.
All right. Well, that's really exciting. I mean, so excited to see what happens with that and to watch the film. And anything else like you want to plug, or anything else coming up that we should know about?
I guess my podcast, if anyone likes listening to ghost stories, and both of you have been on it still remains like one of my favorite
Yay.
episodes.
Oh,
Yeah, I
cute.
love your stories. But
Aw.
yeah, so I forget when this is going live, but I think because my podcast
October
has been
7th, I think. October
Okay.
7th.
My podcast will be up and running again because it's been on a hiatus because of the short film, but now I'm going to be releasing episodes again. So, yay. If you have any stories that you guys want to share, or if you want to be on my podcast, you can send me an email at story@storieswithsapphire.com.
And how do people listen?
Love it.
Anywhere. It's available anywhere. And also there's video versions of some of the stories on my YouTube channel, which is youtube.com/Sapphire Sandalo.
I'm trying to get you to plug the name of the podcast.
Oh, Stories with Sapphire.
Thank you.
I thought she said it. Did she say it? I don't remember now.
That's okay.
You
I'll
did?
say it again.
I did hear it.
Yeah.
We'll put links to everything too in the show notes.
Yeah.
All right. Awesome. And then October isn't it Filipino History Month?
It is.
Yeah.
Which is exciting. And I think that you had maybe some cool witch folklore to share with us.
Yeah.
To
I'm so
round out
excited
this
about
episode.
this.
Yeah, I want to hear about it.
Yeah. So the first thing I want to mention is like the term witch, when you say it in the Philippines, like it's because I think sometimes when the word witch is used, it's almost like the same as like what a cryptid would be here in America, because I don't think so. Like, I feel like in America, there's a better understanding of like there are people who like regular people who are witches that just like do witchcraft. Like it's kind of in a way normalized, or maybe that's just me being in LA. But like, I don't know.
Yeah.
But like the Philippines is still like very heavily Catholic. And even though I do think that there is a growing movement to sort of reclaim like the term witch and stuff, like overall, I think people might think of like more like shapeshifter type of witches. So like witches who are able to like change their appearance and their form, not just people who like do folk magic and things like that. Wait, what is that? Oh, I think it's my dog. Oh my! I was like, what is that? Hang on
You
one sec.
just scared the fucking shit out of me. I was like, there is a demon coming through this podcast.
I kind of want to see the puppy now as like a toll. That did scare me though. That
That was
sounded
know.
so
the
spooky.
scariest thing that's ever happened on this podcast.
There she is.
Baby!
She's girl.
This is
Oh, she
Lola.
loves
Love her
mommy. She missed her mommy so much.
I know. She's like, what are you doing in there,
Aw.
mommy?
Oh, she's
I know, that creeped me
so cute.
out.
That
Oh my
was fucking
gosh.
scary.
You scared me.
It really did scare me too.
Are you a witch, Lola? Are you a witch?
Oh, but she's
What would
so
we have
cute.
done if there was a demon trying to come through our headphones, you guys? They were like, wait, we use Riverside now. Oh my God. I would cry.
Oh my gosh. Okay, now it's the Lola show.
Oh my God, Lola. How old is Lola?
She's turning 11. Isn't that crazy?
She's such a sweetie. She looks so young.
She's a forever puppy.
Yeah, she
I
looked like a
know.
puppy.
I know. Say hi,
She's
Lola.
Lola.
so cute. She's so
Her
cute.
name was Lola.
So actually, I remembered a story that my grandpa told me. It's a very short one. My grandpa, he lived in the Philippines when he was younger. And he said that one night he was like shooting the bats in the fruit trees. There was just like a bunch of bats. And so he had his gun and was like shooting at them, but they were not moving, like not flinching. They didn't give a fuck about the gunshots. But then,
Like, hold on, just like real guns, like real bullets.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah,
Whoa.
yeah.
I'm like, they have guns outside of the US? What?
Yeah, well, my grandpa was a hunter, so I'm pretty sure he was using.
Oh,
I
yeah.
forget, like I don't know what type of gun he was using, but he said that he just couldn't get rid of these bats, and then he hears this sound like coming closer. It's like cuss 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 cuss, and when that sound happened, that's when the bats flew away. And the thing, and in the Philippines, there is a type of shapeshifter, which sometimes called a kaskas because of the sound that they make. And so my grandpa thinks that like that's why the bats flew away, because like they heard that this like witch was coming.
So did your grandfather have anything to do with summoning this witch? Or was it just like, did he
No.
get freaked out? Was he like, fuck this, I'm out too?
Yeah, I think he left. I mean, the story ends, so I think he got out of there.
Okay, good. All right.
So in Filipino culture, like witches are not humans, is basically what you're saying. They're non-human beings.
Yes, but there is also I know it's like kind of confusing because it's like it's not an all-encompassing word. It's like there's the witches that are also kind of part cryptid, part monster, but then there's witches that are just like people, usually women, who like practice like really, really dark kind of magic, harmful magic.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm. There's like crossover
Erica's like,
though.
tell me more.
I know.
Tell me more about that.
Are there good witches?
There are,
Oh.
but they wouldn't call them witches in the Philippines. They would call them like faith healer, albulario, shaman.
Okay.
Whereas like
Interesting.
I feel like over here maybe we would kind of interchange, or maybe I don't know. But yeah, like there is a distinction. So one of the so a mangkukulam is like a type of witch who practices kulam, and that's like a type of magic in the Philippines where you use like puppets to like inflict harm on people, similar to like what people think of when they think of a voodoo doll. And they also can use like bugs. So there's something called a mambabarang, which is like a sorcerer who has these like enchanted beetles, and then they like send the beetles off to their target, and then the idea is that the beetle like crawls into their orifices and then like curses them that way.
Like the mummy?
Yes, exactly. Yes.
Wow, there's so many different types of these cool witches. Man.
And there's some that I'm totally forgetting the name of. I think there's a type of because there's types of magic. There's something called usik, which I think is when you use like needles. I could be wrong, but yeah, that's
Cool. I love that. We're going to take a quick break.
When you say
Erica, you
you
have a
practice
question?
magic, I always have a question. When you say that you practice magic,
Yes.
like, can you explain what that means to you? Because I'm always like so interested in this, especially as a Filipino woman. Like, do you practice a specific type of magic? Like, what does that mean to you? Can you tell us more?
I would love to tell you more. So let's see, because I also never know how to answer this question. I have a couple of altars. I have one to a deity that I don't really talk about publicly, and then I have one for like my ancestors. I have like a financial altar, just a couple of different altars that like I work with, and really like the way that I view them is like when like I view deities and spirits and stuff like they're aspects of you. So it's like if I want to have a better relationship with money, then I'll like work with my financial altar and like put things on it that like put me in a headspace that would, remind me to like have a better relationship with money, like that sort of thing. I mean, that's kind of like the main thing is like working with these altars and also just like finding ways to connect with nature like in like my everyday like I try to like I talk to like the trees in my neighborhood. There's a tree like right outside my house that I ask it to like like don't let anyone who's gonna harm us like come in, like that sort of thing. But yeah, so like a lot of what magic is just like having a relationship with the things around you. So that also like includes like your neighbors and the people, your friends and family and your home, your physical things. I don't know. Am I making any sense? Like I feel like
Yeah,
okay.
No, yeah,
I'm
we're
just gonna let you
quiet, but
talk
we
because
get it.
this is so fun.
It sounds to me kind of like manifestation in a sense, right? It's like if you put like positive intention towards something and like dedicated time towards something, you're kind of like helping the energy move in that direction. That's kind of what it sounds to me. It sounds like a version of manifestation. But I also, for the altar anyway, particularly for the altar, right? It's like kind of like think like praying towards this.
Right. But
thing.
also it's like okay, wait, how do I explain this? Cuz like I think that sometimes a lot of people when they start practicing magic or witchcraft, if they're leading with ego, then they could just be trying to like manifest things that like feed the ego. But like real magic is when you're trying to just like learn how to be. You're trying to like remember, like come to like who am I without like all the bullshit. And like that is sort of like what I am trying, like, that's, like, my goal is, like, what type of shit did, like, my ancestors do that, like, I resonate with or, like, what, like, makes me feel like a whole person? Because I don't know how true this is, but I just saw a video that was talking about how, like, the highest vibration is not
I
love, it's
saw.
authenticity. Did you see it too? Yeah, so it's like, I need yeah. I was gonna look it up later just to see, like, what was, the source, but, like, that to me makes so much sense because like everything in magic is about like how do you become the most authentic version of yourself because that is the highest vibration.
Sapphire, it's so crazy that you just said that because I literally was thinking about that TikTok that second, being like, I was like, I wonder if that's like what she means. And then you said it, I
And
was like,
yes, it is.
she's a witch.
That's so
Wait,
crazy.
so just to clarify, it sounds like there was a TikTok that says that the highest vibration was authenticity, not love.
Here's the thing.
Yes.
She was talking about this. I watched it like 3 times because I was like, this is fascinating. I resonate with something in this. I don't know what the fuck she's talking about. But I was like,
But you
there's something
agreed with it.
interesting in it. I resonated with it, even though I was
Yeah.
like, what's the frequency? I don't know.
Wait, so authenticity to like yourself, like being true to yourself. Is that essentially what it is?
Okay, so like if you like see someone and they like trigger you for some reason, like you or maybe like judging them or whatever, it's like you it's actually just a reflection of like what you judge in yourself. And then like when you like come to terms with like everything that like triggers you, then you are just living as your like most authentic being. You're no longer like trying to be this thing that you think you're supposed to be, whether that's like from cultural pressure or societal pressure. You just like are like you're not moving through the world constantly being like, what are people thinking about me? Or like, what should I do? Like, should I have kids or not? Blah blah blah. And so that's what it's more like. How do you just exist without all of the stuff from the world like affecting your ego? Does that make sense?
Yeah, I mean, I'm getting vibes of like Buddhism, right? Like it's like,
Mm-hmm.
you know, when you stop, Erica's giving the face. When you stop like wanting, it's like
Mm-hmm.
you don't, you know, things are fleeting, wants are fleeting. Like you're just like, I'm just gonna be me, baby. That's what the Buddhists say. I'm just gonna be me, baby. I read Siddhartha once, guys, and it like changed my life. I was like,
You did?
yeah, girl, I can be fucking philosophical. I can be
Ooh, she
intellectual.
educated.
Yeah,
She's so culturally aware.
that's right. Okay, well
Wait.
that's cool.
Can
Go
I
ahead.
ask another question?
Always.
Okay, so when we were talking about your amulet and the scary dream, I was thinking about this too with what's the show called? Ghost Town Terror? Is that the name of the
Yes.
show? Okay. I don't know why for a second I was like, am I making this up? Just what the name was. But so like okay, let me back up. You're obviously you're not Catholic. You just said that you're not Catholic.
I was raised Catholic, so and confirmed. So technically,
You were
like,
confirmed.
yeah. So in the
Ooh.
eyes of Catholicism, I am Catholic. I am not a
Yeah.
practicing Catholic.
Okay. So if you're confirmed, you're Catholic, even if you don't call yourself Catholic?
Yeah,
That's some Kirk
weird.
shit
It's a
right
weird
there.
nuance. Yeah.
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 So you can't get away from it? What if you denounce your faith?
I don't fully understand like what I would have to do. Because you know what's crazy? My mom had like texted me. I forget she had like listened to one of my podcast episodes, I think, and then she texted me being like, Sapphire, I just want you to know that like I know that you don't consider yourself a Catholic anymore, but because you have been baptized and because you've been confirmed, you actually are always under the protection of God. Like she said something like that. Like I will always
You're
be
going
protected.
to heaven whether you like it or not.
Right. And it's like I just remember at the time I was actually kind of comforted by that. Like I
Yeah.
was like, I understand what she's like trying to say.
That's a nice gesture of like saying like you are protected. I mean, like, and listen, I don't consider myself spiritual. But based on everything you talk about, Sapphire, like there is like something to like protection and like from not necessarily religion, but from like the earth and from other people. And I'm summarizing it so horribly, but there's different ideas of protection that can be offered, whether it's religious, spiritual, or whatever. And so the idea that your mom is saying, like, I'm thinking about you, I feel like my religion is protecting you, whether or not you believe it, I would imagine feels comforting.
Yeah. It was like her way of being like, I know that, I don't know. I think she's a little bit scared for me. I think that's why she said that.
Yeah.
Wait,
maybe,
you do?
Probably.
I think so.
Cause
A
why?
little bit. Oh no, she just gets a little worried, like, because of the like subject matter that like I deal with and like putting myself in these places. But no, I think my aunt is actually a little bit more concerned. After she watched Ghost Send Terror, she was like, are you okay? And I was like, yeah.
Yeah, I guess my question is like, okay, these like Christian themes come up a lot like in shows like that. Like, and like even you brought up like saying the Lord's Prayer. Like, how do you as a person who doesn't recognize themselves as Catholic, how do you deal with the topic of like Christian faith and religion and the intersection of all of that?
Yes. And I love this question because this is something that I think about a lot. And I think I have finally like come to more peace than I was before. I think like before I was very much in like rejection mode where I like rejected everything. I was like, no, fuck that shit. But actually, you know what's crazy? As I feel like the more that I just learn about different occult beliefs, the more I understand Catholicism. Like I started looking at like Catholicism without all of the like human made bullshit and just look at like what do the stories say, and there's a lot of like crossover with like a lot of occult belief. Like for example, my sister had told me this. She was like, in the Bible, Jesus never says I have healed you. He says your faith has healed you. And in a lot of occult beliefs, that is what manifestation is. It's like your belief. Your belief is what like it changes your reality. Your reality is what you believe. And that's the same. But then what happened is that like I think Christianity, they put way too much emphasis on Jesus as the person instead of like what he was saying, which is there is like universal truth in the stuff that he's saying. And then the other thing, what was the other thing? So the other thing that makes me feel a little better or not as like annoyed is that I had to remind myself that like my ancestors were also Catholic. This is also what they believed and prayed. And a lot of them had to do it out of safety for themselves. Um, and so this is true for a lot of Catholics in the Philippines. It's like called syncretism, I believe, is when like these two like practices sort of like fuse together. So like there's people in the Philippines who will do certain things that aren't traditionally Catholic, but they think that it's Catholic. Like they just purely that is Catholicism to them, but it is an infusion of like folk traditions. Also, so like to go back to the prayer thing, so my friend Lynn was explaining that like a lot of these activation prayers, they had to be hidden inside of Catholic prayer so it wouldn't be discovered. So it was like, that's why you start with the Our Father, a Hail Mary, and then it's the like old Filipino prayer, and then you say the Catholic one again. So with that, I came to this realization that like, as a Filipino person, like I don't think I can ever fully reject Catholicism because it is so ingrained in my heritage and my history. I don't have to subscribe to like a lot of their bullshit because like the Catholic Church as an institution is fucked up. It's fucked up. They protect predators. They're fucked up. But like I can have peace with it, like being a part of my history.
Yeah. I guess it's just always like interesting to me, and that's you did a good job answering it, but I guess I just was curious, especially because, and correct me if I'm misunderstanding, but like because Catholicism in those cultures came from colonization, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Okay. That's so interesting that you feel like it can't be separated now because it's like such a traumatic part of Filipino culture, I would imagine. I'm not part of the culture, so I don't want to subscribe that, but that's what I would su- expect.
Surmise.
Yeah. And I think there's a growing movement of like, young Filipino people trying to reconnect with like, what does being Filipino mean before the Spanish came? And that's definitely like where I like was, where I'm like, oh, like fuck all that shit. And it's like, at the same time, I'm like, that was 500 years. That's 500 years of our history. That's 500 years
Yeah.
of like my family. So like, it's kind of hard. It's hard to know. Like, it's hard to
Yeah.
completely remove it.
Right.
So
Wow.
yeah.
That's so interesting. I'm just thinking about, because I just saw, damn, I wish that I could remember her name, and I'm too lazy to look it up. But White Lotus,
Mhm.
the black woman who's the massage therapist throughout.
Natasha Rothwell, I think is her name.
Thank you. Um, uncanceled. But she was talking about, I don't know if you heard this, but she was talking about how, like, her experience shooting in Thailand and how she just felt like there was something so different, like, when she got off the plane and, like, was, like, experiencing the culture. She was like, something is so different here. Like, I can't figure out what it is. Did you see
Mm.
this?
No, but I think I know where you're going with it.
And she said that, like, she learned that Thailand is like one of the only countries that has never been colonized and
Mhm.
never gone to war.
Isn't that crazy?
Crazy.
Yeah.
I was
Mhm.
like, holy cow, that's so fascinating.
Wow.
It really makes me want to go back to Thailand. I mean, I've only been there for like a layover one day, but yeah, I really want to go now.
To
Yeah, I've never
experience that
been.
culture in like its purest form. Like,
Yeah.
yeah,
I feel
Mhm.
like
crazy.
you can't experience any cultures that way that haven't been touched by colonialism.
Mhm.
Yeah. Anyway, I don't know
That's
why I
rough.
brought that up, but fun fact.
No, it's interesting.
Yeah. Well, no, I think it just goes back to like you can't untangle sometimes like
Yeah.
Catholicism
Yeah.
from Filipino culture. It's like it's enmeshed, and
Yeah.
I imagine a lot of cultures are like that too. You know, you just can't detangle them.
So
Mhm.
interesting. So sad.
All right. Well, there you have it.
Great convo.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
Real quick, I just want to end it on one question, and I have 7% of my battery left, so I'm praying everything works out. How do we feel about Etsy witches? Because I'm intrigued personally.
Mhm.
I feel like maybe for our next episode, me and Erica are going to go hunting on Etsy for some witch stuff
You should.
or prayers or whatever. Yeah. So you're not against it, is what I'm hearing, Sapphire.
No,
Okay.
I think also just like try to find like as many reviews as you can. See, that's the thing.
Okay.
Like any type of spiritual work, like doing it without like a referral is kind of like can be really iffy. Like if someone recommends and it's like, oh yeah, like I've had good experiences, like especially since magic is such like a personal thing, like that there's certain healers that like don't do anything for me, but like I finally found like people that like work for me, you know?
Whoa.
But it may not work for you. So like it's very, very personal. So that's what I'll
Yeah.
say about that.
Okay. All right. Great. So
How do you
Erica,
feel
you
about
and I,
Etsy witches? Kristen?
who me? I want
You're
to
the
do it.
only other
I wanna
person
do it.
here.
I don't know. I can't tell who you're looking at. There's 3 of us in this little thing, and technically you're looking off to the wall, and I can't
I'm
see
looking
anybody
right
there.
into your eyes right here.
No, I want to do Etsy witch shit.
Hmm.
That's what I want. And
I
what
kind
about
of
you,
thought
Erica?
Etsy witch would be a good Halloween costume idea, but I think a lot of people would be very offended by it now.
I mean,
But I think it's funny.
that's
It
good.
is very
That's
funny.
good. I like
It is
that.
funny. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
All
Well,
right.
thank you
Well,
so much for joining us, Sapphire. This has been fun. We always love to have you.
you're the best.
Just a
Oh,
reminder,
you guys are the best.
we are going to put links to Indiegogo to support Sapphire's Breeders short film. So keep an eye out for that. And we'll see you again at least next year, Sapphire.
Yes. See you
For
in
Halloween.
365 days.
Dinky. Yes. Love it.
Well, guys, thank you so much, Sapphire, for joining us again today. And thank you, listeners, for listening to this episode. So great to be here with you, spending this time with you. I feel like Mr. Rogers right now.
I know. I love this this vibe. Okay.
I'm just feeling, it's like we're getting into fall. I'm feeling emotional. I'm feeling cozy. Kristen's looking like a zombie right now for no reason.
This is my clutching my chest in gratitude.
Do you sleep like that? Because I feel like you do.
No. How do you sleep? Do you? We've been over this because we actually sleep opposite
girl,
sides.
we have slept in a bed with each other not that long ago.
Yes. I forgot. But I've been doing more of my back sleeping.
Oh, I can't sleep on my back. It's illegal.
Yeah, that is true. You can't sleep on your back because you can't breathe
my
well.
sleep apnea person said, no more for you. But
That's
I like
a whole
sleeping
other
on my side.
conversation, but we won't get into that right now.
Why is it a whole other conversation? I'm pretty sure.
Well, do you have an update on your health? Do you have an update on getting a machine or anything?
No, I'm sleeping good.
Okay,
I think learning to just.
I don't know if that's how that works, but I don't know.
Well, bitch, I looked at my charts. My sleep apnea is really not that bad. And so I feel confident in trusting my own health.
Okay.
Sleeping on my side. exclusively, because I used to always think like, oh, it's good to sleep on your back. I need to sleep on my back. So I would try to sleep on my back.
But you don't roll over on your back at all while you're sleeping?
Not really. It's not comfortable for me. And so I think my body is like, don't do that.
Rejects it.
Yeah. And I think a lot of times if I do roll onto my back, I wake up because I'm like, this isn't comfortable.
Right. Sure, I just want you to be like, the best health you can be in so you can live in this hellhole with me for as long as I have to. And so...
Well, I can't wait to be free. Can't wait to be free of this body.
Hoping we were in it together, but...
Nope, you're on your own. I can't wait to be free.
Great.
I just want people to know, when I'm gone, don't be sad.
Yeah, I mean, we know. Erica's gonna be up like clapping her hands in heaven, like, praise the Lord, I'm dead, praise the Lord,
I am dead.
Yeah,
it's gonna be great. It's gonna be a
suck
great
for
time.
us, but it will.
No, it's gonna be great. I want you guys all to celebrate and sell merch in my honor.
Okay, great.
Give money to some animals. I don't know.
Yep.
Well, anyway, if you, Dinky, what am I doing? Dinky is a podcast
on the Speaker Prime Network.
If you love
join
Dinky,
the Patreon.
Guys, join the Patreon. You guys. In this time where
some of these people are already in the Patreon, so,
not enough. My goal is to get to 350 Patreon subscribers by the end of the year. I just made that up.
Okay.
But
how many do we have?
I mean it. It's like 250, 290, somewhere around there.
Okay.
But some of these podcasters have like 30,000 people on their Patreon, which is crazy.
I know. It's
I'm
psychotic.
asking for 350. So if you're feeling a little stirring in your soul right now, if you're listening to this and you're like, hey, I don't really like that, like, Jimmy Kimmel is getting kicked off of fucking ABC or whatever. Stephen Colbert is being kicked off of CBS. I don't like the direction that this is going. Well, you know what? It's time to support independent thinkers, people who are not chained from what they can say. We're here. We're saying whatever the fuck we want. Whatever the fuck we want. And you know what we want to say? We want to say, fuck you, Donald Trump. You are an evil, cursed man. You are a loser. You will never amount to anything good because you suck.
Loser. Fucking loser.
Yeah. And if you agree, wow, that actually felt really good to say.
We hate you, Donald Trump. We hate you. Also, on that note,
say it with your chest, Kristen. Say it with your chest.
Well, it's a little late. It's 10 p.m. and I'm sharing a wall with people, so I probably can't scream. But I am saying it with my soul. Fuck you, Donald Trump. You're a fucking tool. Everyone hates you, and when you die, I will celebrate.
But you know what? Fuck Donald Trump.
Fuck Donald Trump. You're a piece of shit.
And if they try to take me down somewhere, look, I'll get Neil to build me a server, and I will shout it from the rooftops. No one is going to stop me from saying, fuck Donald Trump. That man, he has no redeeming qualities.
None.
I'm literally getting life in my bones. I know I've been complaining this whole time about how hungry I am and how I need to go eat my leftover burrito. I am feeling vigor.
Refueled.
Once again, in my hatred for this man. And that's another thing I haven't said yet.
What?
That's another thing I haven't said yet. Part of this reason why talking to Sapphire made me be like, let's learn witchcraft is because I feel like this is women's history of hating men, men coming to life. And I was like, we need to bring these practices back.
We need to harness this power.
Yes.
Put curses on
men.
people.
Yes.
Yep.
And I also have been reading about how a lot of witches, I like that this is the outro.
The outro, I know. And my computer has 3%, I think, left. So
okay, we're going to get through it. A lot of witch, covens were just women, trying to help each other and, hating men.
Yeah.
So, baby, this is a coven. If you made it to this part of the episode, you're part of the coven. Join the coven in real life. Your membership will access ad-free episodes and special bonus exclusive.
That was the longest ad I've ever heard in my life.
If this does not convince you to sign up for the Patreon,
we don't want
you're
you.
a lost cause. Yeah.
Get out of here.
If
All
you
right.
listen to this and you were kind of excited and like, you fucking wait. The Patreon is gonna make you wet.
My God. Free trial. All you need is a free trial.
7 days. All you need is a free trial. You will see it gets fucking crazy in there.
Okay, we gotta go. So many thanks to Chloe
Thank you. I gotta eat
Sandalo-Smith
this
for the podcast
burrito.
art. Erica's got to eat. Leah Herder for creating our show's theme and interview transition music. And of course, Vince Tortino, the only man we've ever loved for audio mixing and editing. I hope our husbands aren't listening. Want to connect with us on social media? You can find us on
my husband loves
Instagram,
Vince Tortino.
TikTok, Threads, and Substack. Oh, yeah, my husband too. And if you're, you got a question, email Erica at dinky@dinkypod.com because she's too busy playing a cozy book game that I told her she should play, and now she doesn't read the email. If you're a fan of the
You
show,
haven't even
please
played
remember.
it. But you did tell me to play it.
But I did tell you to play it. If you're a fan of the show, please remember to subscribe. Please review and share the podcast.
Reba
with friends.
McIntyre.
Reba McIntyre's review. And visit the show notes to shop merch, bitch. Shop the merch. We mean it this time, guys. Shop merch.
Shop merch. Buy Halloween merch. It's gonna come soon.
We are gonna get hopefully a special Halloween merch in time for this stuff. So I'm at the point where it's 10 p.m. I can't think anymore. Do you want to take a trip with us? DM us and tell us where you want to go. dinkypod.com for more information on all the trips we have available. The end.
Love ya.
Love you.
Dink Life.